My name is Dr. Gidado Mohammed. I'm a special assistant to the Honorable Minister of Livestock Development in Nigeria. There is a program the ministry is implementing. We call it National Livestock Growth Acceleration Strategy, NLGAS. One of the pillars is livestock breed improvement. We are here on training for livestock, how we can to find out how we are here on training on how to improve our breeds of livestock, especially the dairy cattle and the beef cattle. Yeah, the knowledge I found interesting is how the center is able to crossbreed the exotic breed of animals for milk, and also upgraded and is still upgrading the local breed for meat production. That is very interesting. This is the type of program we want to introduce in our country. Already we have some breeding centers, but the government has the intention to establish 6 breeding centers per geopolitical zone. And we intend to, using that, we intend to upgrade our own local breeds to get more meat and more milk. Yeah, the training is more than what I was even expecting, because I have learned a lot during the training. My eyes were opened and I have seen a lot of things. So I'm trying to see how we can use the knowledge we get here to improve our own local breed through the collaboration that has already been established. Our plan for the country, as I have said, part of the NLGAS program, one of the pillars is the animal health improvement, animal health control, and then breed improvement. The diseases control is one aspect, and then the breed improvement is also another aspect. So this will help us to come out with a national strategy on how to improve our own livestock breed, especially cattle. That is the programs we have gone through or we have seen are mostly cattle improvement programs. Yeah, what I am expecting as the technical team that is coming after us should be thought thoroughly, so that by the time they go back home, they will provide the technical aspect. We, those who have been trained in this set, will also provide the supervisory aspect, so that we put our heads together and come up with what is best for our own country. Yeah, the training was very interesting. Most of the part, it is very interactive. That means there were a lot of discussions. We shared experiences, because Indonesia has a similar climate like Nigeria. We have the rainy and dry season. The only thing may be the level of development differ. So we share a lot of knowledge on how to improve how we also suggested to the Indonesian team how they can improve their own. They are also suggested to us how we'll improve the breeds of our cattle. We are hoping that the cooperation will bring our two countries closer for the benefit of our people. Thank you.
My name is Stephen Joseph Ubandawaki. I work with the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development, Abuja. I'm the contact point for breed improvement initiative for the ministry. Before now, the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development has commenced the initiative for breed improvement. And part of this is to seek for partnership. And part of the partnership is the collaboration that the Federal Republic of Nigeria has signed with the Republic of Indonesia. A grant agreement was signed, and part of the grant agreement is this training on human resource capacity building, and also technical training on embryo transfer. And we are here on human resource capacity building. And of course, the essence is to build our capacity to be able to design how an embryo transfer center should operate in terms of human resources, in terms of capital resources, in terms of materials and equipment. And that is why we are here, to build our capacities to be able to design, to establish an embryo center that is viable and profitable. Both technologies are important, particularly the artificial insemination and the embryo transfer. But we realize that there are other higher technologies, of course, that are even practiced in the embryo center in Indonesia. But we are particularly trained on embryo transfer. So for that reason, I was so keen to learn more about the embryo transfer program in Indonesia. Certainly, the training has even surpassed my expectation. The training was superb. The organization was okay. The training materials are fine. The slides are perfect. And indeed, the whole organization about the training is superb. We hope that this collaboration and partnership with the Republic of Indonesia and Nigeria will continue. And part of this, we intend to have this partnership in terms of sharing knowledge. We intend to have staff from the Embryo Center Indonesia to visit Nigeria and vice versa to be able to share knowledge. We also intend that part of the resolutions after this training will be implemented in our country when we go back. Like I said, we are hoping that this collaboration and partnership will continue. And of course, the area of sharing knowledge, we should continue to share knowledge between the two countries. That, of course, will have a communal and beneficial for both the countries. Yeah. Yes, like I've said, the training is well organized. Let me start with even the reception. I noticed that the Indonesian government is really, really working hard to develop the livestock sector, and for that reason, they've given keen attention to livestock sector. And when we arrived, the way we are received, the way we are accommodated, and everything about the program was superb. Thank you.
My name is Jacob Dorumukusu, a staff of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development in Nigeria. From the Department of Ruminant and Monogastric Development, and I'm currently working in the Office of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. Yeah, my objective of this training is to contribute to the development of the livestock sector in Nigeria. Nigeria is a vast country with a lot of livestock resources, but then majority of these resources are in the hands of the transhumans, that is the pastoralists. So these cattle move here and there, and because of that, their productivity is not as it's supposed to be. So the essence of this training is to see how we can take a step further from artificial insemination to embryo transfer so that we can improve on the genetics of our local breeds. Yeah, before coming here, I used to see embryo transfer as a kind of technology that is too difficult. But the way I have seen it here, it has been made easy by the level of organization, how things are done, who is responsible for this and that. And then there is a link between the national government and the subnationals in running these centers so effectively. And I believe what I've learned here will be able to translate it back to my country when we are making arrangement for some of these centers in our country. 100%. Actually, I've been overwhelmed by the things I see here. You know, Indonesia is a country of islands, but then they'll be able to manage spaces in all these centers so effectively that how I wish I should be able to move these centers back to Nigeria. But then the knowledge I've acquired here will be able to help us in doing same in time to come. Well, the plan for my country is to, on getting back to the country, we are going to transfer this, what we have learned here, to our principals with recommendations of what we have seen here. They sent us here, and we are to report back to them that this is what we have seen in Indonesia, and this is how Indonesia has done it. And we believe if we follow the example of Indonesia, we will get it right. Yeah, this is, our own here is a human resource capacity building. So we are hoping that when the main technicians come, they will be well equipped so that when they get back, we will also come in and we'll be able to start something so that the collaboration between Nigeria and Indonesia will be fully enhanced. Yeah, the activities have been loaded, but they are worth it because we've not had time to rest, but that is why we are here. So we have gone through all what we are supposed to know as a nation, and Indonesia has given us an idea, given us their own story of how far they have come in embryo transfer, and we feel we're able to replicate what we have learned here back in our country so that we'll be able to achieve a better goal in our livestock productivity. Oh, I love the center because I've been able to see a lot of things and have a lot of knowledge about things that I never knew before. So I wish to say that the Embryo Center should continue to grow stronger and stronger so that in the end, the dream will be achieved. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Nasir Abdurrahman. I'm the Director of Veterinary Services, Ministry of Livestock and Fisheries Development, Sokoto State, Nigeria. Well, I have to make a flashback. Sokoto State, Nigeria was the first to sign an agreement with Indonesia on livestock improvement, that is on artificial insemination. And 10 countries were invited, which we happen to be among the only West African country invited in this collaboration. And 10 of us attended the management training on artificial insemination at Singosari National Artificial Insemination Center. After which, Nigeria happens to be emerged among the 5 successful countries that had gone to the next level, which was the technical training, of which 4 participants were sent again for technical training on artificial insemination in the year 2024. That was last year. And after which 1,000 straws of semen were donated to each of the member countries, and Nigeria inclusive. These 1,000 straws of semen were used for the implementation of artificial insemination in Sokoto and Kebbi State. Right now, the expert dispatch component of the program is ongoing, and people, the experts from Artificial Insemination Center are right now in Sokoto and Nigeria in general for monitoring and evaluation of the use of the 1,000 straw of semen donated to Sokoto State or Nigeria. And they also had some component of knowledge sharing with our technicians in AI. So this second training of embryo transfer is the follow-up to the establishment of AI in Sokoto and Nigeria in general. Well, generally, the essence of assisted reproduction is to improve the genetic quality, thereby producing more output in both milk and meat in a country. So the most important thing is we identify what our problems are, and we are now interacting with Indonesian experts to ensure that we transfer the technology down to Nigeria for implementation and sustainability, inshallah. Yeah, the training we that is being conducted is part of what we expect to actually acquire, because we know fully well artificial insemination is the foundation. You cannot come for embryo transfer without having the technical know-how of how to do artificial insemination. So we are building up from where we were, that was in artificial insemination. So we want to upscale to the embryo transfer technology also. So it's part of the aim and objectives to ensure that we improve our genetic local cattle breed to a higher genetic value. Well, the plan for the country, as I have said, is to have food sufficiency, especially in terms of animal protein or proteins from animal source, which is milk and meat availability and affordability also. So this will help to fight hunger and malnutrition and what we call food security. Yes, we will surely have achieved the level of protein need and also to export to the other world in the near future, inshallah. Well, as I've said, Nigeria is the only country in West Africa that has been involved in this collaboration. And luckily enough, the Sokoto State government, has developed the infrastructure for both artificial insemination and embryo transfer. And being strategically located and having the necessary facilities to set up the center, what my expectations are, we need a situation where we have some support from the Indonesian Agency for International Development to upgrade our center to serve Nigeria and other West African countries who also have a lot of livestock resources. So it is for the proximity. When that center is upgraded, we'll be able to train people from neighboring countries like Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Togo, Ghana. So it will serve as a hub for the West Africa. Well, the testimony I have, actually, I'm very glad to be in the midst of you people, because I have gained a lot of updated literature, and with regard to artificial insemination and embryo transfer, which all our schedules were interactive ones. And at the same time, I believe with that, we'll be able to improve our knowledge and the skills. Now we are in the field. So hands-on training is one of the most important skills that one needs. Not just theoretical, but you need to be able to put that thing in action, and which we are now doing. And even the last technical training we had in Singosari, it was very fantastic. We had hands-on training, and I believe all of us, I can talk of myself, we had a lot of pregnancy success, conception rate when we went to the field. We had the data afterwards which indicated that some of our insemination were successful and the animals were born alive. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Alheri Ibrahim Senchi. Okay, so I'm from Kebbi State, Nigeria. I'm the Director of Veterinary Services, Ministry of Livestock Development and Fisheries, Kebbi State. Okay, so Kebbi State is one of the states in Nigeria that is blessed with abundant livestock resources, particularly cattle, sheep, and goat. And part of the challenges we have is having these animals to produce optimally. So part of the objectives that we are here for is that before now, Kebbi State had benefited from training in artificial insemination offered by the Indonesian government. And as a follow-up to this in embryo transfer, we're here to see how these two technologies can be deployed to improving livestock production and productivity so that the lives and livelihoods of our people can be improved significantly. So essentially, this is the objective why we're here. Okay, so for me, I find artificial insemination as the first and most significant step towards improving our livestock production in Kebbi State. But I've also, by this visit, been introduced to the fact that embryo transfer is another option that can shorten the duration for which this livestock production can be greatly enhanced. So I think the two technologies put together can significantly help improve our livestock fortunes in the States. Sincerely, this training has gone beyond what my expectations were. And all I can hope for is that we will build on what we have learned here when we go back and see what miles we can gain, and then how subsequent efforts can also significantly improve our fortunes. Okay, first of all is to go back and brief our authorities on what we have learned. Number two is to see how these technologies can be deployed in very real and practical sense towards improving our livestock production in the country. So it will probably begin, first of all, with a step-down training so that the knowledge we have acquired can be shared among other co-professionals who will help in implementing this technology that has been gotten. Okay, so my further expectations will be looking forward to greater opportunities between Nigeria, Kebbi State, and the Indonesian government. We have seen so much that the Indonesian government is doing towards its livestock production and productivity in all aspects. We would want to see how this also becomes the case in our country. So we look forward to more partnerships, more cooperation between the Nigerian government and the Indonesian government towards enhancing these various aspects and components of livestock production. Okay, as far as the training is concerned, the training has beat my expectations beyond what I really thought I was going to learn. We were not just at this ET center, we visited several other centers that had greatly opened up my mind to opportunities, competencies, and skills that are available in the livestock production space. So I think this has greatly enhanced my knowledge. So the training has gone way, way, way beyond my expectation, and for this I'm extremely grateful. Thank you very much for this opportunity.